guys, Pastor Shane here, hanging out with my dog, Van Halen. What's up, Van Halen? And I was just sitting here at my house doing some study and some research as we get ready to close out our 40 Days of Purpose and enter into the next series of what God wants to speak to our church. And just so grateful. Last night we had to adjust our service to a Tuesday night service and just had an incredible worship experience. Great crowd, great atmosphere, great energy, and I feel like I taught pretty good as well. But I believe that God wants to do something tremendous. You know, I was looking at my dog Van Halen, and we bought him from a rescue. And I've never been a dog person, never been big on animals per se, but this little dog just stole my heart. And you know, we've raised him up since from a little baby. He was found in a drainage ditch. And, you know, God does the same thing with us. And I'm not trying to be cliche, but he rescues us. And he gives us an opportunity to thrive and change our environment. And I believe that's what God's doing. And I believe he does it through fellowship. And in a day and a time where people are talking about or have such independence and freedom, sometimes we don't realize how important it is to be connected to other believers. I was listening to my mother-in-law speaking to a guy that works for me, does some things here around the house, and he was talking about the church needs to unify. We need to stop fighting with one another. We need to get on our knees. And fundamentally, I agree with that 100%. But if we go a little deeper, what are we doing to bring unity? I'm involved in several things within my community. I'm continuing to get involved in community activities to help young people, older people, different cultures, different generations, because I believe we have to make an effort, not only as pastors, but as people, to unify. It's not about what we're building. It's not about your church. It's not all about, and you should be proud of your church and be grateful to be connected to a great leader or a great pastor or whatever. You should enjoy that and the fellowship you have, and you should be proud of that. But you shouldn't use that as a badge that isolates you from other people. And the gentleman that was making these statements, although he's a great person, he calls himself a pastor, and it's true, he does. He pastors his wife and his kids at his house on Sunday morning. Now, if you're just starting out, I can understand this, but he's been doing this for years upon years. He homeschools his children, and his children work within his family business, which means none of them go to school anywhere. None of them go outside of their home to receive any kind of schooling, education, or to any kind of church, and then they all work together, which means you're really practicing isolation instead of unity. So a lot of times when people say we all need to come together, my question is, how are you living your life? Because you can't be a spiritual hermit, a spiritual recluse, and then talk about the fact that we're not unifying. The truth is, you may be running from the problem, and you have resigned yourself to pulling away from everybody. And we know that true spiritual maturity is when you connect with other people, when you connect with other believers, because it helps you to grow. It challenges you to become a better person. Now, I'm not putting them down. I'm just saying, let's not be the spiritual recluse and saying the reason why we don't go to church and the reason why we don't do certain things is because the church can't come together. Well, you may be the missing piece in that area, that community or that church that could bring us together. Let's get connected, y'all, and let's come out of our shell and let's love on people and watch God bless our lives as we bless other people. Okay, I love you guys. Appreciate you. And remember, Sunday morning at 10 o'clock, new believers class, our new members class. And then, of course, 11:30, our worship experience at Centennial High School. Love you guys. Can't wait to see you soon. God bless.